Hey guys, what's up? This is Mattee, and yeah, I've got a bit of a different video here today. Basically, this is gonna be like a type of vlog, I guess you can call it. I don't normally do this sort of stuff, but I don't know. There's some things that I've been thinking about, and I just really want to talk about them. So, pretty much. So what you're seeing here is just a bit of Crysis 2 gameplay. Playing through the campaign on the hardest difficulty. And it's nothing special, no multiplayer or anything. This video is more about the topics I want to talk about. So pretty much alright, so first of all, Dead Space 3 is going alright. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm still playing co-op, and we are definitely going to finish that game, and so far I've been really enjoying it. So that's all fine. Now, I was going to do an Aliens Colonial Marines Let's Play. That game actually came out like, I don't know, 5 days ago now, question mark? I'm not really sure. It came out a while ago, almost a week I think, and what's today? Actually no, it came out a week ago, today. Yeah, it came out a week ago now, holy fuck. I was going to make a Let's Play of that game, but the harsh reality is that the game it flat out just, I don't want to say sucks, but it really kind of does. It really just kind of sucks. The only thing I really like about it is the nods to the movies, and it's just, when you're making a Let's Play, you sort of got to force yourself to talk. I mean, if you don't talk through a Let's Play, then it's really just kind of boring. Well, that's at least what I look for in a Let's Play. I look for, when I watch Let's Players play the games, I like to hear their thoughts, get a feel for their personality and things like that. And I find that if they don't speak, or if they're really negative or something like that, it just makes me not enjoy watching it. So that's what I try and do in my games. When I make my videos, I try and be positive and uplifting, and try and talk about the good things rather than the bad things. I found myself really struggling to do that because I started making a Let's Play for Aliens, and at first, the first couple levels, I really liked it. But very, very quickly, mind you, as I went on through the campaign, I really struggled to keep my positive attitude, because I just started noticing all the flaws in the game, and a lot of the flaws are, just like really repetitive gameplay. I read reviews on the game, and the reviews just bashed the game completely. And there was one review where I read that the motion tracker that you get in the game is actually pretty much just useless. You really don't need it. And at first I thought that must be an exaggeration, but in reality I tried it, and you really don't actually need it at all. I mean, you can pretty much just sit there and wait for the aliens to come to you, and you're never in any sort of real danger. I mean, they can flank around and swarm you, but pretty much you'll know where they are. You can hear them, and there's like usually music playing when there's aliens around, so you'll know. And it's just, there's really no sense of danger or tension, and you really don't even need the motion detector. So that's a bit of a bug right here. That guy's just glitching out. I'm playing on Post-Human Warrior, and apparently Post-Human Warrior is supposed to improve the AI. It does, in my opinion. It makes them a little bit smarter, from what I've just, from my experiences playing it before. But there are still a lot of glitches in this game with the AI, I've noticed, which they still haven't fixed yet. That's fine, with Crysis 3 coming out and all that. But that's enough about Aliens. Basically, I won't be doing that Let's Play, guys. I'm sorry, but the game really it left a foul taste in my mouth, and I'm really upset about that, because I was really, really looking forward to it. So that's really unfortunate there. Gearbox just dropped the ball there. It wasn't just Gearbox's fault, though, I don't think. It was, everyone. There's been several developers working on that game. But, Gearbox did promise to deliver, and, people can, put the blame on other people as well, but Gearbox is still a bit responsible, I think. And the fact that, the tech demos that we've seen and all that, that content's not even in the game, I mean, that's really ridiculous. Why? I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about that anymore. The next thing I want to talk about, and this will probably be what I talk about for the remainder of the video, and the reason why I'm showing you guys Crysis 2 footage here, is Crysis 3. Crysis 3 is coming out in, a couple days. Actually, I think it comes out tomorrow night for me. It'll be around 11:30 p.m. at night on February the 20th. I know that some people have already actually played the game and finished it already. I'm not sure how they were able to do that. Actually, yes, I know how they were able to do that. They were able to proxy their IP or their internet connection or something like that to fool Origin into thinking that they're in a different part of the world so they could play it earlier. That's something that I did with Battlefield 3. And I know you can do it with Crysis 3, but I'm not going to be doing that. I'm just going to sit back and wait. Why not? As much as I want to play it. Now, I've been hearing several things from the people that have played the game, and there is already a review out there. I haven't read the full review myself, but I've read the bullet points, pretty much. And basically what they're saying is that the game has a tremendous story, a great story, but the campaign is extremely short. Okay? Now, Crysis 3 is a game that I'm extremely excited for, just like I was with Aliens, so I hope it's not a fucking letdown. But, you know, I'm a massive fan of the Crysis games, and I have to say right now that I don't particularly enjoy the Crysis games for their multiplayer, okay? Crysis 2, I will argue, had better multiplayer than the first game. I'm only speaking on that because I've really never played Crysis 1's multiplayer. I mean, I've tried it once a very long time ago, and I remember it being a little bit weird. It had a more Battlefield 3 feel to it, where you could have vehicles and stuff like that. But, you know, Crysis 2 was more like Call of Duty, with, you know, some superpowers put in there, thrown into the mix, and that made it interesting. And from what I've played of the Crysis 3 beta and the alpha, you know, it feels more of the same as Crysis 2. And to be honest, the multiplayer is really not the reason why I buy these games or why I want them. I really love the Crysis franchise for its story. I know the story is extremely basic in Crysis 1. You know, aliens are been on the Earth for, you know, how many millions of years or whatever, and we unearthed them by accident and woke them up. Blah blah blah. That story has been done to death, but it was a really simple story, but it was effective. You know what I mean? In Crysis 1, in Crysis 2, I feel the story was a bit lackluster in comparison to the first game. I feel like they focused too much on the nanosuit. I know that the nanosuit is like the key to defeating the Ceph or whatever, but I really don't like that they focus on the nanosuit. I wish they'd focus more on the alien invasion itself, which I guess they did. But in Crysis 3, it seems to me that they're focusing a lot on the Cell Corporation and not so much on the aliens. That's just the vibe I'm getting from, you know, from the blurb or the plot summary or whatever. So, you know, but from what I've heard, it's an extremely great story. I just hope it delivers. But the thing is, about this whole campaign being extremely short thing, this is a really big worry for me because, like I said, I don't buy these games for their multiplayer. Like, I'm not going to buy Crysis 3, jump straight into the multiplayer and play it over and over and over and over again. You know, I've played Crysis 2, I've played several Call of Duty games, I play a lot of Battlefield 3, I've played this FPS multiplayer online shooter. We don't need another, and like Halo and all that, we don't need another game like Crysis 3. We don't need another multiplayer to be stuck in with, you know what I mean? We have these games already. And Crysis just has such an amazing potential for story. I just feel like, I really don't know, like, apparently the campaign is only 5 hours long. 5 hours. There's already posts on the My Crysis website where people are saying that they've finished the game in under 5 hours. You know, there's a guy there that said, I finished the campaign in exactly 4 hours and 2 minutes. Now granted, he did say that he skipped side missions, but he did claim that he did do a few of them, and all they really entailed is just running off to some part of the map and just collecting some intel, and that's it. That's the mission complete. So those side missions really can't take more than a few minutes, you know what I mean? And he did explain that he did play a stealthy type of way. He didn't just try and rush through it. It literally did take him about 4 to 5 hours to complete. Now, I'm not judging. I'm not entirely sure if he's telling the truth or if that's accurate, but so far it's looking like it could be like that. And I'm not trying to sit here and pull the game down or anything, but because I'm definitely going to be playing Crysis 3. I'm definitely going to be making a Let's Play for it too, and I'm not going to be sitting here going, oh, the campaign's too short, this game sucks. That's absolutely not going to happen, because I'm absolutely 100% positive that the story is going to completely own. But at the same time, I'm disappointed that the campaign could possibly be that short. Crysis 1 was pretty short in my opinion, but it wasn't 5 hours. You know what I mean? And Crysis 2, if you actually look at it and lay it out on the table, it actually is a lengthy game. Easily more than 15 hours of content here. If you really try and take your time playing the hardest setting and all that, you can easily pull off 15 hours in this game. So the fact that the campaign is possibly going to be 5 hours or less, I just can't help but feel why that would be. Why would it be so short? And I'm trying to wrap my brain around as to why it could be that short. But the only thing that comes to my mind is they're focusing too much on multiplayer, and this is where it comes back to, we've played Call of Duty already, we've played Crysis 2, we played Battlefield, we play other multiplayer games, we play Halo. We don't need this extra game pushed into that bunch of already successful games that are more or less the same. That's just my take on it. I mean, some people might like the whole nanosuit deal, but I mean, it's a gimmick in my opinion, and that's all it is. It's really nothing more than just a gimmick. And a lot of people even don't like it because of the whole fact that you can stealth and cloak. And from what I played in the beta, a lot of people seem to still be running around in stealth with shotguns, and that's just, to me, that's just sort of what Crysis 2's multiplayer turned into, just people running around with shotguns. Everyone sort of had the same perks. You had like mobility enhance and all that, and it really got repetitive for me at one point, and the amount of hackers that were in the game actually were what ruined Crysis 2's multiplayer for me. So hopefully they can fix that. I mean, I will probably play the multiplayer, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, it won't last very long with me. I'm only really buying this game for the story. In fact, I've already bought it. I've already preloaded it. It's on Origin, rip-roaring, ready to go. But I can't play it until it releases tomorrow night. But I'm super excited to make the Let's Play. I'm actually super excited to get this game out of the way because I really want to see this conclusion. Apparently this is the final game of the Crysis trilogy. Whether or not it's the final Crysis game, I'm fairly positive that it won't be the final Crysis game. That's for sure. But apparently this will be the last game of this particular trilogy with Prophet and all that. So really excited for that. And the trailers and the gameplay looks awesome. I mean, I really love the new changes that they've made. I love the whole aspect with the bow and all the different arrow tips you get. I love the changes they've made in multiplayer, despite my saying that I'm really not buying this game for the multiplayer. I really do like the changes that they've made. For example, armor and stealth are now separate. They did nerf stealth quite a bit. You're kind of sluggish and slow when you activate it. And the hunter mode is pretty cool, I will say that much. But overall, the only disappointment that's really making me worry at the moment is that the campaign might be extremely short, and that sucks. I spent $80 on Origin. That's Australian dollars. I spent $80 on this game. I don't want to pay $80 and finish this game in one sitting. You know what I mean? I like my games to last a lengthy amount of time. I don't know. Why are games these days so short? I don't understand. Dead Space 3 is like the one exception. Or Dead Space games in general. I mean, apparently in Dead Space 3 there's 19 chapters, and it's like a good 15 to 20 hours. If you do all the optional missions as well. That's cool. Remember back to the days of Doom 3, guys? You try and play that game in one night and just tell me how easy, just tell me how long it takes you. It'll take you ages. There's so much content in the game. And I just wish they'd sort of go back to that old formula, and I wish that Crytek would just abandon, well, not abandon, but I wish they wouldn't put so much focus onto these multiplayer game modes and stuff like that. We've played this sort of stuff before. Hunter mode is all Hunter mode is essentially search and destroy. That's all it really is. We don't need these extra game modes. Please, for the love of God, give us DLC for the campaign or something. Just please extend it. If this is the case. Anyway, guys, I hope I haven't been too negative or anything like that. I'm not trying to bag on Crysis 3 at all. I'm just a little worried about the shortness of the campaign. But regardless, I will be doing my Let's Play. Those videos will come out in the next few days. And I'll catch you next time. Alright, guys. Peace.